One match in the books here in Lexington. And now it's Wofford and Kentucky in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. First round action at historic Memorial Coliseum. It was UCLA dispatching Georgia Tech in 5 sets. Bruins move on to play the winner of this one on the other side of the bracket. Southern Cal, Princeton, BYU, Cal Poly in the Kentucky quadrant. Hi everybody, I'm Dick Gabriel along with Cam Scheitzock. And Cam, this is a match that has the giant and the hopeful giant killers in Wofford. It's the top seed Kentucky, but Wofford, I know, thrilled to be here.
Absolutely. If you're Wofford, you're going in loose, just ready to play, ready to dance in the tournament.
And Wofford not without talent, especially a young lady from the state of Kentucky, Chloe Smith.
Chloe Smith, hometown in Louisville, Kentucky. She is a dynamic outside hitter who brings such a powerful swing. Her swing is really incredible when that ball is right in front of her. She has really improved her game, averaging over 3 kills a set, and was just named the SoCone MVP of the tournament.
And if you know Kentucky volleyball, you know it's a double barrel action of Brooklyn DeLay on the outside, the reigning SEC Player of the Year. So powerful.
One of the most elite outside hitters. She's really able to see that court and score in every situation, not only in the front row, but the back row.
And of course, Eva Hudson transferred in from Purdue, as good as expected or better.
Competitive leader, fearless player. She is really key, utilizing her powerful arm and able to read that block. Wofford will need to put up a really good block tonight for the both of them.
Craig Spinner brought in 3 transfers. Eva Hudson was one of them. What a job he's done at Kentucky. 21 straight seasons in the NCAA tournament, national championship in 2020. And of course, Lindsay Roos from Wofford has coached her team to 3 straight tournament championships into the NCAA tournament. It's Kentucky and Wofford coming up next on ESPN+, so stay with us. Back in Lexington, Dick Gabriel, Cam Scheitzock, Wofford and Kentucky. Wofford is looking for its first win in NCAA tournament history. The Wildcats looking for a 10th consecutive trip to the second round. And as I mentioned earlier, a national championship in 2020, the COVID season. And that was spread out over several months, far beyond what it ordinarily is. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Cam was part of that team. But the Wildcats once again earning the right to play at home. And Cam, we talk about how big that is, but tell me, how big is that?
It's incredible. It's an incredible honor, one, to play at home in front of your fans and in front of what Kentucky would call the Big Blue Nation. And further, that offers such an advantage for Kentucky going into the tournament. You know, you're sleeping in your own bed, you notice like the coffee shops and everything, you're kind of in your own groove, so definitely an advantage for Kentucky.
And I know that when you're on the road, there's that us against the world mentality. You pull together, and that can be a plus as well. Wofford, with all due respect, such an underdog tonight, needs a lot of pluses.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wofford's coming in with that underdog mentality.
Here are your top overall seeds. The Nebraska Cornhuskers, the only undefeated team in the country. The Wildcats with a magical year, undefeated in the SEC, and the incredible comeback win in the championship round of the SEC tournament over those Texas Longhorns, who still earned a #1 seed. And the Pitt Panthers, as talented as any team in the country, still looking for their first NCAA championship. When we come back, we will play volleyball here in Lexington on ESPN+. Craig Skinner has built a great program here at Kentucky and has been trying to make sure the fans know about it. And in fact, earlier this season, lobbying for a big crowd for the Tennessee match, he went to great lengths, and I should say great heights as well, stood up on the desk at a press conference, went to the top of Rupp Arena, and then, as you can see, took a big dive, or actually just to jump into the pool at the Kentucky Natatorium. And then this week, that's the Fifth Third Bank building here in Lexington, tallest building in town, and speaking directly into a drone, put out a plea to the fans, and they have responded tonight, Cam. This is a great crowd.
Great atmosphere. It is packed in here with all the fans, even some Wofford fans in here, but great environment to play for the first round of the NCAA tournament.
This is a place that housed basketball champions It has housed a volleyball champion. And for the 19th year, Kentucky is hosting the NCAA volleyball tournament. So the Terriers will try to fight off a deep and talented Kentucky team that lost only 2 matches this season, and we are underway. Smith sends it over. They hit the pin. Wildcats are off to a 1-0 lead. Got to think they'll serve at Chloe Smith all night, just as the Terriers probably will serve at DeLay and Hudson. And just like that, they change things up. Asia Thigpen from the right side. Terriers keep it alive. Lizzie Carr in the middle, 6'5".
Great job by Lizzie Carr, really getting open, transitioning off the net. Even early on, just making sure that is the standard. You're transitioning hard off the net and getting open for your setter.
Carr, one of 3 transfers for the Wildcats, coming like Eva Hudson from Purdue. Dig by Molly Tuzzo. Opportunity again for Smith. Saved by DeLay. Set in the middle by Carr, and that's a point for the Terriers.
Great job by Rakowski there, staying with Carr there in the middle. Just reading the hands of the setter and putting up a great block, great solo block. Lainey
Klicka, the SoCon Libero of the Year each of the last 2 seasons, will serve it. In the middle, that's Eva Hudson.
Credit to O'Brien running a play there, bringing Eva into the middle, running what we call a 2. Kind of a little bit higher tempo. It matches the tempo of the antenna.
SEC Player of the Year, Eva Hudson. And off the hands of Cassie O'Brien, that's a point for the Terriers.
Rakowski starting with a good start here. Great solo block and then gets a kill.
And now Maddie Frazier checks in, one of the setters that the Terriers use. She's from Travelers Rest, South Carolina. That's the name of the town. But into the net it goes. Wildcats lead it 4-2.
We talked to Coach about running a 6-2 and how that is an advantage for the Wofford offense, really allowing hitters up at the net at all times.
Molly Tuzzo serving for the Wildcats, SEC Tournament MVP. Smith on that left side, that's Tuzzo. Thigpen again. Brooke Baltimore, who had checked in, is rejected on that front line. And the Terriers pull back to within 1.
Emily Norman going up and just pressing over with her hands there.
So now Chloe Smith, SoCon Tournament Most Outstanding Player. That is a classic Brooklyn delay swing.
Delay with a great approach in, keeping her chest open to her setter and just funneling it down deep.
So now Molly Brezowicz checks in. Her sister Maddie, one of your former teammates, played on the championship team here. Transferred in from Marquette. Terrific server and an ace. I love it when they make me look smart. Doesn't happen very often, but her sister Maddie, a Green Bay Packers fan, so a very wise person. That's Norman. Baltimore unleashing. She was so key for the Wildcats down the stretch in the SEC Tournament Championship match against Texas. And what a great weapon to have either in the starting lineup or off the bench. Bottom falls out, Smith was there. And through the defense, well done by Lauren Marshke, the freshman from Peachtree Corners, Georgia.
Marshke just finding that seam there, utilizing that block. Good job by Frazier getting out to the pin there.
Delay goes off speed. And the Terriers cannot negotiate around the official. And another Brooklyn delay strength, and something she's learned now in her 3rd year of college volleyball. You don't need to clobber every ball. Ultima there with the defense. Hudson, nice dig by Chloe Smith. O'Brien sets Baltimore. Couldn't find a hole in the defense. Smith from the back row. That's long.
Out of bounds. Point Kentucky.
The Wildcats lead at 9-4. Delay will serve. Hudson got a piece of it. O'Brien saves it. But the Wildcats can't send it back, and another point for the Terriers. They cut it to 4.
Frazier doing a good job of getting everybody involved, really establishing everybody at once. Makes it hard for Kentucky to defend, especially if you're setting the middle right behind you in a fast set. Frazier and Taylor are doing a great job of that.
Taylor Paith checks in to serve it, the junior from Canton, Georgia. Marshke down the line, but it's wide. And a point for the Wildcats. Kentucky has led the entire way. Biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats. And Trinity Ward, the freshman, checks in at a Louisville Holy Cross. Hudson going off speed. Warrior, or Terriers rather, were ready for it. That's long. Off the big arm of Hudson.
Wofford doing a great job of stepping inside and forcing Hudson to either take a shot down the line or tip the ball. So really good job on Wofford setting up that block in that middle, coming to the pin to close.
Caroline Prittstop, a senior from Oviedo, Florida. Oviedo, I should say, Florida. Back row, Brooklyn delay. Terriers rescue, free ball for the Wildcats. Klicka with a dig. And Hudson can't clear the net. Well, the Terriers just keeping it alive. I can't say it's all you got to do, but that's a great start.
Absolutely, and that's what we talked about with Coach. She said that they really needed to maximize the points and win those little plays in between.
And a challenge by Craig Skinner. He's pretty good at it. 29 for 38 this year within the league, 23 of 27. And as he told the media this week,
Kentucky's challenging 4 contacts.
Somebody asked about it. Why are you so good? He said, I tell my players, and you know this, be really, really sure if you tell me to challenge.
Yes, yes. That is true. I also think there's a level of trust. Trusting your players, if they're nodding their head and pretty eager about it, pretty certain on it, absolutely.
Wildcats on the bench, known for the choreography. You were part of that.
Yes, yes. It was the best part, creating dances, almost having dance-offs with the other team.
Well, they got one going right now. Why not? Have some fun. If you're just joining us, welcome. And on the replays, the Hawkeye technology is available to the officials, but we won't see the Hawkeye technology. Well, that could count as 2 right there.
After review, 4 contacts on Wofford, point Kentucky.
Craig Skinner keeps his challenge. Lindsay Roos in her 11th season. Told us that recruiting that young lady, Chloe Smith, out of Louisville, out of Assumption, which has cranked out so many great volleyball players, but with this Wofford, she felt like Wofford was a great fit for her. Looked at another bigger school, higher profile, but like the academics, like the campus setting, like the intimate setting, and it's turned out to be a great decision for her. Hudson has to send it over. See if they go to Smith again. There she is. Dig by Tuzzo. Hudson. Pass Smith. Not much you can do about that.
And you can even see on Wofford's defense, Chloe Smith is coming far off that 10-foot line because they know that Eva Hudson is really good about funneling it to the deep court, cross court.
Cassie O'Brien serving. That's long, off the right arm of Natalie Arnold, the junior from Austin, Texas. And Wofford wants to talk about things. Lindsay Roos wants to settle her team, so we'll step out. 7-point Kentucky lead on SEC Plus. Lead at 13-6 here in historic Memorial Coliseum. NCAA tournament first round action. The Wofford Terriers battling the Wildcats, coming in here with that record of 17-13. Third straight tournament championship, leading the SoCon in blocks per set with the Libero of the Year, Lainey Klicka. You already met her, and it was a Wofford team that upset East Tennessee State, the top seed, in the SoCon championship match. The only conference loss of the year for ETSU. Nice job by Klicka to keep things alive. And Lizzie Carr can't keep it in bounds. The hustle pays off for the Terriers.
Great job by Wofford. That just gritty play right here with that pancake from the libero. Great effort.
See why Klicka was the libero of the year in the league. Back to back. Asia thick pin back in. That's Klicka once again. Over to Smith. Tuzzo just throwing herself all over the floor as usual. So does O'Brien. But a rejection on that right side. Well done by Natalie Arnold.
Arnold having a night right now, hitting over 300 and having this great block right here, just timing it perfectly and just pressing. It's not a matter of how high you jump, but how much you can get your hands over the net to really pressure that hitter.
And keep it in bounds. Big Pen will try it again. Goes to the donut.
Asia Big Pen finds a spot. Point Kentucky.
We talked about it before. It doesn't need to be this crazy kill. You don't have to bounce the ball to get a kill. Big Pen showing that right there with just some off speed.
Good decision by Eva Hudson. Big swing by Arnold, but too much muscle. And the Wildcats are the first to 15. Eva Hudson to serve it. All conference, all tournament. Chloe Smith rejected by Lizzie Carr.
I think something for Wofford to do right here is really get that pass within the 10 and get those sets a little bit closer to the net so Chloe Smith has a little bit more range.
Lizzie Carr also SEC all tournament. And once again finds the spot. Take another look out of the corner of her eye. She knew exactly where to go. Boy, Lizzie Carr, a great time to reach her career high in kills against Texas in the finals of the SEC tournament. 13 kills, 8 blocks. And there you see the Wildcats' resume for the season. That's why they're the #2 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. They've won 22 straight, losing just to Pittsburgh, which was a sweep, which we understand now. You see how good Pittsburgh is. And the reverse sweep early in the year against Nebraska. But that was kind of a snapshot of what we would see all year from Kentucky.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And looking at their tournament history here, 26 appearances, 21 straight under the head coach Craig Skinner, 14 regional semifinals, and of course the 2020 national championship.
Finally breaking through to the Final Four and becoming the first SEC team ever to win a national championship. But just getting to the Final Four was such a big step. You were part of that team. What a feeling of relief that must have been.
Absolutely. I feel like the couple years before it, it was, can we get past the Sweet 16 against really big teams like Washington, and finally made it to the Final Four and beat Washington in the Final Four that year to advance into the finals.
Well, Nebraska actually came here to the Coliseum one year and played in a regional. Wildcats took a set off the Cornhuskers, but Nebraska pushed through, so you just never know. But when a transfer like this one arrives on your doorstep, Eva Hudson, you got a good shot. Chloe Smith, right through the defense.
Great pass to attack there. Chloe Smith passing what we call a three pass, where you can set all three hitters. And Taylor doing a good job of just setting it up right there. Good tempo, a little bit more on the net for Chloe to get that kill.
But now Maddie Frazier back to serve it. Lizzie Carr at 6'5", loves that quick set.
Absolutely, just able to tap it right there, as we can see. Lizzie Carr approaching hard, demanding the ball, and just a little bit of a tap, a little bit of a whiff, what we'd call, but she's able to score on that.
Wildcats by 9. Nicely done by O'Brien to keep it alive. And then Frazier does the same. That's Smith. Through the Kentucky defense.
Huge for Chloe Smith, utilizing that block, tooling it, whether that's hitting high hands, trying to tip off the block and get it out of bounds off their hands. Great job by Chloe Smith there.
And she'll drop back to serve as Lauren Marschke checks in. Just the power of Brooklyn DeLay from that near side.
As you can see here, just really approaching just on that foot, getting up and finding that groove. Cross court, deep cross court there.
Third kill of the night for the Kentucky junior. Jesuit serving. Delay off speed. Terriers had it. Baltimore on the slide. That's her specialty.
Great job by Brooke, just getting behind the setter O'Brien there and just finding the open. Here you can see she's hard transition. It's a little congested, but she finds that open seam. If Frazier was stopped, she would have gotten that dig.
Wildcats have doubled them up. Back row, Eva Hudson, and the net helped her.
And she gets the point. Really want to credit Chloe Smith there. Great passing from her right now, which is helping the Wofford run their offense.
But it's 21-10 Kentucky. Watch Brezowitz often with the line drive serve. Sometimes just pops the knuckleball over. Overpass. That's almost whiffed on it. Terriers keep it alive. Well done on that left side, Lauren Marschke. Right down the line.
Great eye here, hard transition off the net, demanding the ball. Setter pushes it out to the pin, and she sees that open line shot, which is just in that one zone, straight down the line over her shoulder.
And now Megan Brown, the sophomore from Charlotte. She'll serve it, but the error makes it 22-11. Terriers have won 17 matches. 12 of those were sweeps this year. Delay with that deep serve. Brezowicz laying out. And Hudson with a great angle keeps it in bounds.
Great job by Hudson there, tight to the net, but able to get on top of it and hit that sharp 4-4. Sharp 4-4 is when Hudson, who's right now in zone 4, hits it to the other side, same side that she's on, other side of the net, zone 4.
Rezo to the rescue. Baltima couldn't get up high enough to punch it down. Back row Smith. Brezowicz keeps it alive, as does Hudson. Crowd loved it. And the defense from Hudson. That's long. Some of the fans on their feet, they love the Kentucky effort. And it is set point. Those are the kind of plays that have carried the Wildcats to an SEC championship for the 9th year in a row. Off the high hands, Eva Hudson closes it out for the Wildcats. The Wildcats take a 1-0 lead, 25-11 here on their home court. Back in a minute. Game 1 today, Georgia Tech, UCLA. We thought it would be a great match, and it was. 3-2, it's a 5-setter as UCLA grinds one out over Georgia Tech. Singletary was tremendous for UCLA. Despaigne for Georgia Tech. No shortage of star power this afternoon. UCLA survives and advances and will play the winner of the match you're watching right now, Wofford and Kentucky. What did you like from Kentucky in the first set?
I really liked the pressure of serving, and honestly, on the other side, Wofford is scrappy. They're giving Kentucky just the notion like they need to be disciplined. So great job by Wofford, really just being scrappy, getting those plays, and would expect them to come out, keep swinging.
We talked to Coach Lindsay Roos yesterday about their scheduling, and she was, saying, "My goodness, look at who we scheduled." She scheduled it. I said, "You were like a junior member of the SEC." But as you can see, they took sets off Tennessee, a couple of them at Clemson, a set off of South Carolina. That can only help you, obviously, get ready for your conference and for postseason play.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just seeing that level of competition and learning from it and what you're learning from it, putting it into your play, and I think it's going to benefit them right here in the NCAA tournament. Wildcats
hit 231 in the first set, negative 048 for the Terriers. 8 errors and only 6 kills and 42 swings. Kentucky 5 errors, 14 kills, 3 blocks for Wofford. Wildcats had 1. And we play into set number 2 here in the nightcap. Eva Hudson. That's Chloe Smith trying to punch it through. Asia Thigpen powers through the Wofford defense at only 5'10".
Thigpen just finding it there. The block was late to close, but just finding it with a hard, heavy swing.
Eva Hudson serving. Quick set. They were ready for it. And that's through the hands of the Wildcats, so a point for Georgia, or rather for a Wofford.
Seeing what we saw, Chloe Smith, just a dynamic outside, knowing that she's going to have a huge block, she utilizes that and tools it there.
Got a great career at Louisville Assumption. You can see what she's done at Wofford, a great fit, as we said. And Thigpen tried to push it down, no luck. Delay with a big swing. And it worked. Brooklyn Delay, freshman of the year a couple of years ago, player of the year last year. At a high school, the Kansas player of the year per Gatorade. And there's Molly Tuzzo. quick set, and it's effective for Bradley Brown, sophomore from Florence, South Carolina.
Great set there, feeding their middle. Setters are doing a really good job of distributing it, not only to the pins, but into the middle. Perfect pass there. Definitely want to get your middles involved and establish that so the blockers on the other side are kind of pulled that way.
Maddie Frazier checks in, but sends it way long.
Balls are out of bounds. Point Kentucky. Somebody call 911.
Brezowicz checks back in to serve. Maddie Frazier, sophomore, 5'6", one of two setters that Wofford likes to use. Nicely done once again. They go to Bradley Brown, the 6-foot sophomore.
Point Wofford.
If I were Frazier, I'd keep going to Bradley Brown, just getting open, just so dynamic, getting off the net, conditioning, getting up there, and getting a kill.
Chloe Smith serving. Hudson from the back row, but Wofford defending against it. Tuzzo with a set. That started with a nice pass from Brezowicz, a good set by Cassie O'Brien, and the slide by Baltimore.
Great job by Baltimore finding that open court, knowing that she has one blocker, and just pushed a little bit past the pin, so she has to bring it back into the center of the court.
Well, we talk a lot about how effective Baltimore is on the slide, and we're seeing a challenge.
Wofford's challenge the net.
Ah. But at any rate, Baltimore plays that angle so well.
Absolutely, and it really matters about timing, making sure you're watching the pass come into the setter's hands and trusting your setter that she's going to dish it out fast.
Don't see it, but we don't have the best angle.
Carlos confirmed. Point UK. Wofford loses the challenge.
So the score remains 4-3. Lindsay Roos took a shot from a high school coach in Indiana where she went to college, went to Butler. Diving, Molly Tuzzo with the save, but a free ball for Wofford. And the Terriers take full advantage. Bradley Brown has come alive.
Bradley Brown. Incredible pancake here by Molly Tuzzo. Wofford able to convert this dig to transition kill with Bradley Brown on the 3. Fast tempo to the middle, and Frazier was able to deliver that to her.
And who else but Brown to serve it? First team all-conference. And first team all-tournament. Wrong way for Tuzzo. And Wofford takes a 5-4 lead. Terriers playing like there's nothing to lose. Quick attack by O'Brien, but Wofford was there. But the defense was there for the Wildcats. Hudson on that far side.
Great job by Hudson setting up that block, communicating with Baltimore, closing in. Baltimore getting that close right there. And it ends in a point for Kentucky.
Both credited with a block assist. Trinity Ward checks in to serve. And the quick set For the Terriers, Anna Marie Raboski.
Raboski off of 1 foot there, coming off on the 10-foot line. You see this here, communicating with her setter off of 1 foot. Really is a hard play to defend because then your body turns back in to the court.
Senior from Atlanta, Taylor Pate will serve it. And again, too long. Right again. Wildcats cruised to victory in the first set, 25-11, but Wofford has been much tougher here in set number 2. Cassie O'Brien to serve it. SEC Freshman of the Year, first team all-conference. Saved by Thigpen. Quick attack by Lizzie Carr, but a violation on the Wildcats. They called a lift. Did you see it that way?
It's hard, but if I were Craig, I would just convert a pass here and get the next point.
Caroline Pitstop, the Florida native, senior. And the quick set to Carr once again.
Great connection between O'Brien and Carr there. O'Brien a little bit inside the 10, but able to find Carr.
That's wide. That's an ace for Eva Hudson. Eva Hudson right now leads the NCAA in kills for active D1 players. Coming into the match, 2,088, dating back to her time at Purdue. But a point for Chloe Smith and Wofford.
Chloe Smith just finds it right there. She's their go-to hitter, and now we have Brown front row as well. Great lineup for Wofford.
8th tie of the set. O'Brien again quickly for Carr, but Brown was there. Now delay, rolls it over. Saved by the Terriers, Chloe Smith. Back row Hudson. Dig by O'Brien, saved by Hudson, but wrong way. And a point for Wofford.
Bradley Brown in this rally, what a tremendous effort getting off the net, transitioning, being just ready for her setter. Great job by Brown, working hard, and it ended up in a kill for her.
Lainey Clickett checks back in, the junior from Novelty, Ohio. Brooklyn delay, rejected. Nope, beg your pardon. That was a point for the Wildcats.
Powerful swing there. She was off the net and able to convert that to a kill.
And now Tuzzo will serve. Second team all-conference. And Brown again. What can Brown do for you? How about another kill?
Brown hitting over 400 right now. Communicating with her setter. Great set there. Just right off the top of her head.
6 kills in 13 swings, 0 errors. And a 1-point lead for Wofford. And now a 2-point lead.
Little tight set there for O'Brien, and she tried to go off of one hand. Just a little low for Bultema.
Crowd gets a little restless. Wildcats had to battle back against Tennessee this year here at home against Oklahoma. But that's a point for the Cats.
Love that O'Brien chose to go back to Bultema there. That shows the trust in their relationship and in their dynamic. You feed the ball back to them and know that they're going to score.
Wofford still with a 1-point lead. And Brezowitz to serve it again. Brown is just having a big time on that pin.
Great job by Brown here. See that she's demanding the ball, getting up, even with 2 blockers right there, just able to bounce that ball in the deep court. Great job by Brown, working hard for that.
Chloe Smith to serve it. And that's out of bounds, and a kill for Brooklyn DeLay, challenging those two defenders.
High IQ from DeLay, utilizing Arnold's right hand of the block, just tooling that and getting the point for Kentucky.
6 kills for Brooklyn, 0 errors, hitting .400. Back row Smith had to roll it. DeLay back row off the high hands. And we're tied again.
Back-to-back high hand play for DeLay. Great volleyball IQ there.
At 6'2" and leaps so well, those long arms. She can play it off those high hands. Nicely done by the Terriers, a change of pace. Sometimes that's all you need is Wofford retakes the lead. Brown can do it all tonight, it seems.
Even that off speed with her left hand.
Yeah.
Quite incredible.
Why not? She'll serve it. At 18 kills against ETSU and 5 blocks. At 12 kills in the semifinal win over Furman. Hitting .336 on the year. Across to Hudson. That's long. They say touch. And immediately they look at Skinner. And he's wondering, but they let it go. 2-point lead again for Wofford. Last SoCon team to win a set in the NCAA tournament, 2014, that was Samford. Through the defense, no touch. 1-point game. Samford went 5 sets with Alabama back in 2014. Trinity Ward. Back to a 2-point game. Wofford first to 15. And we'll take a timeout. Wildcats lead the match 1-0, but the Terriers up 2 here on ESPN+. Terriers lead it 15-13 in set 2, and the biggest reason, obviously, Bradley Brown, 8 kills. Hitting .533 and putting pressure on these Kentucky Wildcats. Five blocks in the season opener against Ole Miss, kind of announced herself. Out of the timeout, the Wildcats go to Hudson. Doesn't get the big swing, but it worked.
Great job by Hudson, not just tipping right over the block, because you have somebody just sitting there camping out waiting for that tip, but kind of pushing it more towards the middle of the court, making it a little bit more challenging.
Cassie O'Brien to serve. Wildcats defend against the slide and make it work.
Big Pen with an opening there, just with solo, one-on-one. It really did find that open court there. That's her bread and butter.
Big Pen ties it up at 15. It is. She loves the slide, just like Baltimore. What player doesn't like a good slide? And that's a winner from the right arm of Natalie Arnold. But when you can run that slide, you get so much velocity on the ball, don't you?
Absolutely. So much velocity, hard to defend because it's so fast-paced, hard for middle blocker really to close on it.
And so Prematch will serve it once again, the senior. Lizzie Carr got Got it where she likes it from Cassie O'Brien. It's something O'Brien has developed through the season as a freshman. Where to put it for the 6'5" Lizzie Carr. That's wide, and the Wildcats have retaken the lead.
One play that Wofford needs to capitalize on. If they, great job by their setter going against the grain. Kentucky's blockers really went with the outside there with Chloe Smith. So really Wofford needs to capitalize on that swing. Wildcats
haven't led since 8-7. Tuzzo laid out. Thigpen. That's Smith. Again Tuzzo. Thigpen with a save. Huge swing by Smith, but she's rejected, and a whistle. Violation on Wofford.
Chloe Smith excited about that one. A point for Wofford, ready to convert, ready to get going here. Encouraging her team.
It was. Point for Wofford. Wildcats were celebrating, but we're tied again. Klicka. And again, Lizzie Carr. Like you said, it happens so fast.
Absolutely. Great job by Carr, really getting up there, watching that ball, watching it fall into O'Brien's hands, and just opening up her chest to O'Brien.
And the beauty is she doesn't have to go that high. She's so long.
Yes.
Trying to go to Brown in the middle. But the Wildcats find Brooklyn DeLay.
Great job by DeLay working in that transition. It's so huge to win these dig to transitions. Hudson placing that ball right on O'Brien. DeLay getting up. Powerful swing. Great job by Kentucky.
6-2 run for Kentucky. Wofford calls timeout. So again, the momentum change for the Wildcats, but we're seeing what we've seen all year from Kentucky. DeLay with the power swings. Lizzie Carr quickly, and Molly Tuzzo just giving up her body.
Absolutely. I mean, it's what Coach Skinner talks about is the Kentucky standard. They have really done a great job of just being scrappy, and Wofford has not given up. They're playing loose. They're getting balls, getting digs, everything. I think both teams are doing a great job of this scrappy defense.
There you see just how effective the dynamic duo is of DeLay and Hudson nationally, and they're doing it again tonight. Hudson's hitting percentage lower than usual, but effective on both offense and defense. Actually, both players know how to contribute in so many ways. Hudson with 4 digs, DeLay with 7. Across D1 volleyball, Kentucky 3rd in the country in kills per set, assists per set, 13th in hitting percentage. So many reasons why the Wildcats are so dangerous. But Eva Hudson transferring in, and as Craig Skinner has said over and over, it's not easy to reacclimate, to learn your teammates, learn the style, and then play at the level that Kentucky's played at.
Absolutely, absolutely. And credit to Hudson just coming in, working hard, and it looking like a seamless transition, but there's definitely ups and downs that comes with it, but really has done a great job of coming in. And the same with Lizzie Carr.
During the break, they just played the highlights from the tournament championship win over Texas. Obviously got a great round of applause. Nearly a full house here at the Coliseum. Dig by Hudson. DeLay rolls it. Smith again. Tuzzo. Back row Hudson. Nice save by Wofford. Diving save by Klicka. Rejected. They tried the quick set.
Bradley Brown, incredible performance. Reading the hands of the setter, knowing that Brooke Ultima is on a beat. Great job diving back into the court, forcing that ball into the middle of the court.
Back to a 1-point game. Big pin rejected. Delay with a save. Big pin again, goes off speed. A lot of hustle for Wofford. Delay down the line, a touch. Point Kentucky.
Just speaks to Delay's range. Bread and butter is going cross court, but she has a really good down the line shot, meaning she's just going right over her shoulder, funneling it to that zone one where right back is sitting.
Wildcats with a 2-point lead, their biggest in this set. They have not been able to put any pressure on Wofford yet here in set 2. And the Terriers making a couple of nice plays. Caroline Pritztup right in the middle of it. Chloe Smith to serve it. Not a great time, not that there ever is, for a service error. Brooklyn Delay will serve it. Cats back up by 2. But Brown couldn't get anything on it. Hudson does, but Wofford with a save. Smith, the big swing, but there's Brezowitz. Hudson off the hands.
Hudson the kill.
She is such a specialist at that.
She is. Great volleyball IQ by Hudson, seeing those high hands, able just to utilize that and score the point for Kentucky.
So Wofford with a timeout. And now you're Lindsay Rouge, you're saying, you know, we led. We can play with these guys. What else does she say?
You know, she says that Kentucky will definitely get their kills. They'll bounce some balls, but we are capable of doing that too. And we really need to maximize the opportunities we have, the dig transitions, the free balls that come over, the serves we're serving, the little things. The little things add up, and I feel like Wofford's doing a great job. Great job. It's a close game here in the second set. Wofford's doing a great job with pressure serving and also passers passing.
Wofford juniors and seniors are playing in their 3rd NCAA tournament, and as you can see, a dozen of Wofford's 17 athletes from last year's tournament team. So you've got to think it's not going to shake them. They were on the road in the NCAA tournament last year.
Absolutely, and you know, coming off of a championship, this is a championship team. It's 2 championship teams. They know the mentality, they know what it takes, and having that history in the NCAA tournament definitely helps them here.
And you can see Pritztup, part of the duo that has done so much at Wofford, which played Kentucky 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament. The Wildcats swept 13 kills and 9 digs by Molly Tuzzo. She had 5 assists as well, 5 digs, or rather an ace, and you could see last time out, Delay, 13 kills. And only made 2 errors. Error by the Terriers. Wildcats easing away.
Good pressure on the serve from Delay. Kentucky really focusing on the serve pass game, winning it here with their serves.
So again, it was Delay with a 13 kills, 9 digs against Wofford 2 years ago. Brown has it sent right back. Hudson tried to punch it down. Off the hands, or was it? Nope, no hands. And it's set point.
Get on your feet. It's set.
Wildcats 1 point away from a 2-0 lead on the Terriers, who led for much of this set. Ace. Brooklyn Delay closes it out. And the Wildcats take a 2-0 lead here in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Big Blue Nation loves it, and we'll come back. More to come here on ESPN+. Back at historic Memorial Coliseum, Dick Gabriel, Cameron Scheitz out. Kentucky leading at 2-0 after easily winning set 1, but Wofford made the Wildcats sweat. And in fact, Kentucky didn't take a lead till 18-17 in set 2. How did Kentucky break through?
Kentucky just finds a way. If there's a will, there's a way. They just find a way to win. They're that competitive team, but we've got to credit Wofford. Bradley Brown really showing out and having herself a night. She's hitting
Bradley
over
Brown.
400.
She's been a handful, hasn't she? Off hands, clean hits, off speed. She has really been a headache for the Wildcats and almost single-handedly carried the Terriers, but too much Brooklyn delay, right?
Absolutely. Brooklyn delay really funneling that shot cross court, just that powerful arm, just the ability to score in all the situations. She's definitely your go-to, along with Hudson.
Eva Hudson, the numbers aren't quite as spectacular for Eva Hudson as they ordinarily are. 7 kills, couple of errors, hitting 192, but 5 digs. But they have to honor her wherever they go. That's a real problem.
Absolutely.
And through the 2 sets, there you see the hitting percentages dramatically different. Wofford still with the blocks, and how about Tennessee? Right here on the big screen, they just showed Utah State finishing off a 5-setter, 15-11 in the 5th, over the Tennessee Volunteers, who are seated 7th. They are part, as you can see, of the Kentucky quadrant. And the dislike of Tennessee here in Lexington, but Kentucky fans know Tennessee made it really difficult on the Wildcats this year, both in the regular season and the NCAA tournament. Not that anything's easy in this tournament, but when you see one of your arch rivals go down, that's a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this tournament might offer some underdogs. Some underdogs might take it, and Utah State seeing them advance. That's the underdog mentality.
Wofford came in with an underdog mentality tonight, as you might expect. And again, after kind of having their ears pinned back in that first set, they took it to the Wildcats in set number 2, played with much more confidence. After it all, though, it is, as we showed you, 12 returners, the most experienced team in the SoCon. Not just 12 returners, but 4 starters came back. And this is a Wofford team that held its opponent to a hitting percentage of 175 on the year. That was 3rd in the league, 34th in the NCAA, and led the conference in blocks per set. So Wofford's made it tough on everybody this year with defense. There we go, set number 3. Cats looking for a sweep. Jordan Daly's checked in, but a little too much muscle in that first swing. Boy, Jordan has had some huge moments this year for the Wildcats.
Daly offering a different look on that opposite position. Both her and Thigpen are just incredible hitters on that opposite.
Nicely done on the dig by Pritztup. Wofford keeps it alive. Boy, hands again there. Short-circuiting Hudson. There's Smith. Hudson's dig. O'Brien keeps it alive. Overpass. And a point for the Terriers.
Wofford's block really working hard here. Bradley Brown again able to slow down that ball so the back row can defend it and get a dig transition. Great job by the front row on Wofford's side.
And so Klicka will serve it. Chloe Smith got to step into one, but the Cats keep it alive. There's Tuzzo. And a swat by Lizzie Carr.
Good dig transition kill from Kentucky. Lizzie Carr working very hard off the net. Calling for that. Might just be a step pop, but she's able to get up and get the kill.
Hudson serving. An awkward receive by Wofford. And Hudson right into the donut.
Again, we talk about that off speed. Doesn't need to be a tremendous kill, just able just to tip it right over that block and find Wofford's weakness right now, which is the donut.
Boy, Smith really flying into that one.
Great job by Smith coming into the court and just seeing that open in the back.
6 kills for Chloe Smith, the Louisville native. She does have 5 errors, but 3 digs. Off the hands of Klicka, big swing by Brooklyn DeLay.
Something we've seen with DeLay before, we expect just that hard, heavy swing, cross court, hard to defend.
Well, I can't imagine what it's like seeing that ball coming at me off the right arm of DeLay or Hudson or Chloe Smith. I've seen him coming out of bounds at us. Smith rejected. Kennedy Washington just checked in. On that right side, she and Jordan Daly getting some work done.
Kentucky being disciplined, knowing that this is a high ball, Daly communicating with Washington when to go up and press forward.
So the Wildcats take a 4-3 lead, their first of set 3. Yeah, that was an overpass and a point for the Wildcats. Smith tried to run it down, couldn't catch up. Molly Tuzzo will serve. 16 digs in the championship match against Texas. 7 assists, 2 aces. Brown tried to put one down. Here's DeLay. Through the defense.
DeLay just finding it there, even with a double block. Good job by Wofford setting up that block. I just think a little bit late and coming down when DeLay was swinging.
11 kills, no errors for DeLay. Struggled a bit against Texas in that championship match. Still found ways to contribute. Chloe Smith. Molly Tuzzo short circuits. Daly with a big swing from the right side. Molly Tuzzo was stunned when she heard her name called for the MVP. It 3 times has made the All-SEC team and loves to dig the volleyball. Brown on the slide.
I love what Frazier did there, running Brown right off of her left shoulder there. Brown was coming in off of 1 foot. In the middle of Kentucky had to choose where to go. Washington trying to stay put because somebody was on the B in front of her. Great job by Brown executing on that.
3-point game. And a big swing by Kennedy Washington.
Good connection between O'Brien and Washington. I think O'Brien can do a little bit more, set it a little bit higher so Washington can meet that peak hit and get really on top of that ball.
Came on late in the tournament final against Texas with a big kill and 2 digs. Bottom fell out of it. Ace for Brezowitz.
Great job by Brezowitz. Low to the tape, hard serve to pass. Coach Gator has credited her for working on her serve in the gym.
We've seen that all year, how the bottom falls out sometimes. Have a Brezowitz serve. The bottom didn't exactly fall out, but it made the passing difficult, the set difficult, and an easy kill for the Wildcats. They lead at 10-4, and a timeout Wofford. Back in just a minute here on ESPN+.
This is an amazing scene.
This is a huge stage for anybody.
Legacy.
Make room in the trophy case.
We only play to win, so we taking it home. Legacy.
You need to be there the week of the 18th for the Division I Women's Volleyball Championship in Kansas City. Molly Tuzzo is from the Woodlands, Texas, but part of her family legacy is here in Memorial Coliseum. Her grandfather's brother, Mike, her grandfather's brother is Cliff Barker. Grandfather is Mike. His brother, Cliff Barker, played for Adolph Rupp for 2 national championship teams and played for the U.S. Olympic team in 1948 won a gold medal. Cliff Barker was a pilot in World War II, shot down, was a POW for 16 months. So a war hero, a basketball hero, and related to Molly Tuzzo.
Wow, that's
Aren't you
incredible.
glad you showed up for work today to find out? I have to credit one of the UK fans asked me if I even knew that. I said I knew who Cliff Barker was, knew he was a POW. No idea he was related to Molly Tuzzo. Wildcats starting to pull away here. They're looking for a sweep. Brezowitz on a run. 5 straight now for the Cats. Brown tried to end the run, but she was short.
I think just a little low on that set from Frazier to Brown. Brown has the ability to really get up and be dynamic with her swing, so I think just speeding it a little bit higher will give Brown that opportunity.
And another timeout for a timeout, I was going to say for Wofford, but I was also going to say that you could see the body language changing.
Wofford
The
shot the
Terriers.
block touch.
They played with so much more confidence in the second set and early in this set, but out of that timeout when Kentucky scored immediately, it took some steam out of them, which is understandable.
Understandable for sure. Wofford really needs to find something here. Somebody's got to have kind of that mentality of let's go, let's get after it, 0.5 right here.
And you can see they try to go to Brown here. And I don't see a Kentucky touch there, do you?
From this view, possibly.
Are they in the net? Hard to say because the net was moving because the ball was making contact. I see maybe Washington making contact.
One hop this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Cha-cha now,
Because the ball moved the net
Right.
into the Kentucky player.
After review, calls confirmed no touch. UK retains her point, and Wofford loses her challenge.
Well, if you're Lindsay Roosh, you got to take a shot.
Have to.
Got to keep your season alive as best you can.
Crisscross. Crisscross.
Brezowitz again. That's exactly what the Terriers needed, something to give them confidence, and Emily Norman did just that.
Great job from Emily there. Getting off of 2 for the B. Fast tempo to defend. Great job from Frazier dishing it to her.
Second kill. Brown serving. And that's long. Back-to-back points now for the Terriers. Tell me the truth, when Tuzzo was named tournament MVP, how surprised were you as a defensive player that you were?
As a defensive, yes. Good question. Definitely you think it is Hudson, it is Delay, but I think it really points to the fact of what Kentucky breeds, and that is liberos. Multiple liberos of the year, SEC liberos of the year, and it just really speaks to Tuzzo's game and how she is such an anchor for this team.
And what she did against Texas, she did across the tournament. Delay tries to tip it, but it showed me that whoever voted had been paying attention.
Absolutely.
Off the hands of Tuzzo, we were talking too much about her.
Point Wofford.
And
Quick
another
speed.
point for Wofford.
Absolutely quick speed there from Wofford. Frazier just getting it out of her hands there and able to convert it to a kill.
A good timeout by Ruiz, 3 straight points now for the Terriers. On the slide, Washington. Hudson from the back row, off the hands of Smith. The crowd loved it.
And there we see it, Hudson ready, powerful swing here, just one blocker at the net. Really gives her the range to go either court,
It
either
looked
side.
like she was going to hit left. She went right, and Chloe Smith very surprised. Delay. Too much.
Ball served out of bounds. Point
And if you watch Kentucky volleyball through the last 2-3 years, you know Brooklyn DeLay has backed off an aggressive jump serve. Still a bit of a jump serve, but really cut down on her service errors, made her more effective. Nicely done, good dig by Marsky. Wildcats again. This time, it's Kennedy Washington.
Washington finds it through the block there on the slide. Fast tempo from O'Brien, and Washington's just able to convert it to a kill. Good job from Washington, getting off the net, hard transition, and getting that kill for Kentucky.
And now Ava Sarafa checks in. Redshirt sophomore from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Pancake by Brezowitz. Opportunity for the Terriers. Back row Smith. Hudson. Klicka with a dig. Lizzie Carr punched it down.
Lizzie Carr able to transvert. Looking at this defense here, great pancake by Brezowitz. And able to convert this dig into a kill. Dig transition kill is what you want.
Long reach. Sarafa again. Miss hit. Ava Sarafa, 43 assists. She was the starting setter against Nebraska. Eventually Cassie O'Brien took over the starting job, making Sarafa a defensive specialist. And Ava came to the rescue against Louisville in the 4th set. And O'Brien cramped. And all Sarafa did was register from that point on 25 assists. Blind attack.
Great job by O'Brien, really getting up, keeping that left hand still there while she's gonna look like she's gonna set, and then turns that right hand back to that deep corner. Very high level.
Maybe once a game.
Yeah, for sure, very high level play here.
That's wide, good idea by Taylor Pate on the quick set, but couldn't keep it in bounds. The Wildcats have doubled them up, it's 18-9. And a timeout by Wofford as Kentucky now 7 points away from the sweep of the Terriers. Jumped out to the early 3-2 lead, and then it's been all Kentucky ever since, although out of one of the timeouts, Wofford went on a 3-0 run. But it's getting late for the Terriers. Haven't gotten much out of Rakowski. She and Brown, though, are the only SoCon players. The only SoCon team is Wofford with 2 players that have hit above 300 this year with at least 175 kills. Man, it's so tough to beat. But here tonight, it's been Bradley Brown with the 10 kills. O'Brien with a typical night. And you see the hitting percentages. That basically tells the story, though, doesn't it?
It does. Absolutely. Wofford needs to come out of his timeout and start converting some digs, some passes on their serve receive and get some kills, bumping that number up.
I mentioned Brooklyn DeLay struggled against Texas in the championship game, but not tonight. 12 kills, just the 1 error. She's been everywhere.
Brooklyn DeLay with that powerhouse arm. Just somebody definitely that the setter O'Brien can definitely rely on for Kentucky's offense.
There you see the honors. They keep piling up for Brooklyn DeLay. And of course, having Eva Hudson on the back row while she's on the front line and vice versa makes them both so much better.
Absolutely, and Kentucky's able to have 4 pins pretty much the entire set, which is very hard to defend.
And now Daly is checked back in. She also a hero in that Louisville match, the come from behind win. And out of the timeout, the Terriers get a much needed point. Anne-Marie Rakowski, the senior from Atlanta. It's an 8-point game. Lizzie Carr again. With kill number 9.
Great job by Carr, really just approaching hard, getting up and being an option. Great job by O'Brien, really defining the middle.
Service error.
Ball served into the net. Point Wofford.
Back to an 8-point game. The three top hitters for the Wildcats, DeLay, Hudson, and Carr. Among them, 29 kills and only 6 errors. And a service error by Wofford's Natalie Arnold. And the Cats lead it 20-11. Closing in on a sweep. It'll be the second in NCAA tournament history for Kentucky over these Terriers from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Wonderful campus. Chloe Smith. Jordan Daly off the high hands. Nicely done to keep it alive by Wofford. O'Brien for the Wildcats. Dig by Smith. And a point for the Terriers.
Point Wofford.
They stay alive.
It's so key to win those long, long rallies. Just the discipline, continuing to take care of the little stuff, putting up great passes, hittable balls, and getting the point in those long rallies is huge.
And now Chloe Smith, she's just a sophomore. Kennedy Washington up quickly and puts it down.
Washington. Point Kentucky.
Great job by Washington here, really being open. O'Brien trusting her and feeding her that ball. She's finding that court. Great job by Washington.
4 points away. Breslowitz back in. She has served well tonight. On the slide, Washington off the hands of Klicka.
Again, great job by Washington. A little congested over there with a pass, which was strategic by Wofford. Washington able just to get up with that little short runway and get the kill.
Breslowitz 3 service aces tonight. Brown couldn't keep it in bounds, or could she? Nope, out of bounds. Thought maybe they had called a touch. A point for the Wildcats. Two more points for Kentucky will do it. And a net violation, illegal contact.
Kentucky fans, get
Now
on
it's
your feet.
match point.
It's match point.
Breslowitz trying to close it out. Back row Smith. Dig by Breslowitz.
And delay to finish the game.
Why not? (25-12) your final as the Wildcats finish off the sweep of the Wofford Terriers. Kentucky will survive and advance and take on the UCLA Bruins here at the Coliseum tomorrow night. A big night for Brooklyn DeLay, big night for Craig Skinner and his Wildcats. But as usual, a team effort. We're going to talk to Lizzie Carr here in a minute, but there is so much talk about the two big pin hitters, but in the middle, how just invaluable is Lizzie Carr?
Absolutely. It's so helpful to have a middle who's always up, hard transition, wants the ball, and is able to put that ball away. Great job by O'Brien trusting her and giving her great hits.
Everybody who's in the Big Blue Nation knows her brother Andrew played basketball here last year and played really well. But now he's becoming known as Lizzie's brother.
Yeah.
Because she's...
Yes. Lizzie Carr just so dynamic for this match in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Kentucky advancing. And Wofford put up a great game.
Chloe Smith. A big hug for her teammates. We're wrapping up. Not many seniors. Caroline Pritztup, and Anne-Marie Rakoski. And there you see the bracket, Kentucky and UCLA tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll keep you posted on the other matches. We do know Tennessee has lost, though, and we're joined now by Lizzie Carr. Lizzie, congratulations. What does it feel like to get your first win in the NCAA tournament as a Kentucky Wildcat?
It's awesome. It's really exciting to do it with this team, too, and we have a lot that we want to show, and so it's really exciting.
I love that. Lizzie, you hit over 400, which was incredible. What went into that? Your connection with O'Brien, what is that?
Yeah, we've just been working a lot on just all the little things, and we know that if we're able to score from other places on the floor, then it makes the job a lot easier for Eva and BK, and we know that teams are going to be heavy on them. So just kind of taking that responsibility and trying to do what we can, and Cassidy's getting me in great spots tonight, so I was able to help with that.
Wofford made it tough on you guys in that second set, and you had to really grind it out to turn it around. What was happening there? What were they doing? How did you turn it around?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They made it here, and I think that we need to be a little bit better about respecting them and, knowing that they're a good team the whole entire time. And then, we were able to fight back, and that was really good. And we gave them a lot of points in that second set with some of our errors, and so we went back and we knew that we had to clean that up. And so I think that we did that well in the third set.
What's Kentucky's mentality going throughout this NCAA tournament?
Yeah, we're just really gritty. We know we have a lot to prove, and I know that the second set wasn't the best representation of that, but you'll continue to see it, and we continue to work every single day to try and show everyone who we are and what we're made of.
Well, we'll let you go with this. We saw you all up in the stands watching UCLA and Georgia Tech. What are your thoughts on the Bruins? They've got some talent.
They do. It's going to be a good game, and we knew going in that they're a tough team, and so we're going to go. We're going to study them tonight and tomorrow and be ready for the game tomorrow night.
Well, a sweep tonight, so you get a little more rest. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Great. Thank you.
That's Lizzie Carr, who had 9 kills tonight, and as Cam said, hit 400.
And Lizzie just spoke to that for us. So Kentucky going in, respecting UCLA is huge.
Two of the big names in college sports in general and volleyball in particular, and we can't wait to see it. Now for my partner, Cam Seitzak, and our hardworking crew here in historic Memorial Coliseum, I'm Dick Gabriel. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, be there, Kentucky and UCLA. If you can't be there, join us here on ESPN+. That's it. Good night from Lexington.